Hi guys, gonna do a changing video with Ukito. This is my neonate that I had purchased, my Japanese male neonate that belonged to my dear friend Cynthia, who passed 18 months ago. And I thought she loved Disney and such, and in honor of Disney Monday, I am going to dress him in this cute Mickey Mouse. It's like velour. I don't know if you'd call it a sleeper or an outfit. I don't know, but I thought it was kind of cute to put him in it. I'm probably going to... I don't have one to do it right now, but I am going to have to change his diaper the next time I change him. He is in excellent shape, and we are all getting super excited for our meetup that we're starting to plan for next year. Whoa, there he goes. We've been kind of looking at different hotels. I mean, obviously, it's going to be over a year away, because it'll be sometime in the summer. So we can't look at hotels yet. Or we can kind of get an idea for booking hotels, but right now you can't book that far out. At least the websites we've been looking at. Oh, and I believe this is, yep, Disney Baby, and it is size 0 to 3. So we've been kind of looking to get an idea. A few people are bringing their families and their husbands and their children. Personally, I am not. He looks so cute in that. Personally, I am not bringing my family. Let's see. I know this isn't the best angle. Personally, I am not bringing my family. My husband and I discussed this. At first, we were going to drive there, and it's actually not very far from my parents' place. And we considered dropping our kids off and maybe having a kids-free vacation. Then we remembered how our kids will probably be when we get back and get back to reality. And it'll probably take about a month of decompressing and rejoining reality. And I'm just like, I don't know if I want to deal with that. As much as I love my parents, my mother really babies my daughter. When they were here, she would wake my daughter up every morning, take my daughter into the restroom, and while my daughter was going to the bathroom, my mom would dress her. I'm like, yes, I get it, it's 6:30 in the morning, but she's 5. She can dress herself. And anytime she kind of winced or whined, my mom would always give in to her. So, even after, I mean, they were here about a week and a half when they were here, and it still took a good 2 weeks to get my daughter back to semi-normal. And I'm just like, and that's with us around, and I can stop. If I know what's going on, I can step in and say, stop. And sometimes whether my mom will respect my wishes, which is another big issue. So I'm just like, free reign with my kids for almost a week. I don't think so. And then on top of that, like, they'll want us to drive down there and stay there for a couple days, then drive to where we're having the meetup, and then we'll be there, and then they'll want us to drive back to their place to pick up the kids. I mean, and I get that, but they'll probably want us to stay another couple days there. Like, my husband's looking at having to take about 2 weeks off of work. Well, he has more than 2 weeks of vacation time for his work. He's like, I really don't want to take and use it all for that. As well as, I mean, even if we just drive up there for that time frame, I know my parents wouldn't come to the hotel room to kind of watch the kids during the time. as well as, you know, the hotel. That's another thing. The hotels, because it's in the summer and it's peak season where we're going to be going for the meetup, the hotels will be probably around $100 a night. And so for 4 nights, that's $400 just for hotel. Now, Crystal and I, and that doesn't include taxes, I don't believe. Crystal and I decided that we could split a room. Well, then that would make it at $50 a night for me. So it'd be $200 for the time, and her and I would share a hotel room. And, you know, that seems like to me a better option, as well as the other thing is I'm going to end up flying there. I can leave on the day I plan on leaving, go to the airport that's pretty close to here and get a direct flight to Minneapolis. And I'm looking at like $400 just for my ticket. And I'm thinking, okay, that's how much the hotel room would cost for that if all of us went. Then we'd be looking at gas, then meals for all 4 of us, and, you know, all of that adds up. And so my husband's like, you know, we can figure something out with the relatives that live around here, with the kids while I'm gone. At least one parent will be here still with the kids or be available to the kids. Say, for instance, one of them gets sick, he could call in to work and stay home with the child that's sick. Or, I mean, I feel a little more comfortable having... It's going to be the first time I'm away from my kids. I've only spent 1 night away from my kids. And that was... my kids were in town. We were at a military ball for my husband who's in the Guard. And because we were so far out from where the ball was, the military paid for our hotel room, which was in a really nice hotel. And it was in Fargo, so my parents took the kids, because the kids didn't really want to stay at the hotel. So my parents took the kids for the night, or it was 2 nights. But I saw my kids in between. I should take that back. Because 1 night the kids stayed with my parents, while I stayed at the hotel with my husband. And then the second night was the military ball, and that doesn't get done till like 2 a.m. There's Jack. Jack, really? If you're gonna do it, come over here. Sit. Come here. Sit. So that doesn't usually get done till 2 a.m. And our options were have my mom come to the hotel room with the kids, or just have the kids there. And I know how my kids are in hotel rooms. As I've mentioned before, my son has autism. Well, he likes staying in hotel rooms. He can get really wild and riled up because he's so excited about being in a hotel room. And it takes a while to get him calmed down. As well as my daughter does have, in the words of her diagnosing doctor, extreme ADHD. And while we choose not to medicate her, in hotel rooms, she can get a little rambunctious as well, because it's a small space for all 4 of us. So we try to minimize at this point the amount of time we spend in hotel rooms. And I'm like, you know, I told my husband, I go, personally, this may sound selfish, I go, but I want to enjoy this. I mean, holy cow. My son will be 8 at that point. My daughter will be almost 7. And I told my husband, you know, I've never really been away from either of them. And, well, it'll be tough being a mom, being away from them. I kind of need this mental break, you know, kind of get away, a childless vacation for me. Like I said, a few of the others are bringing their kids, and that's perfectly fine. I don't have to watch their kids. I don't have to deal with their kids in my hotel room at night. I don't have to worry about them whining and crying, wanting mommy, fighting with each other. I mean, I'll be childless, I should say. But I told my husband, I really want to enjoy my time. I really want to enjoy my time with Crystal. Now, Crystal had talked about coming down here this spring, and that looks like that probably won't be happening. Or this year, I should say, but it's looking like that's not going to happen. But I haven't seen Crystal since 2009. And I really miss her. Her and I have been video chatting a couple times. We plan on doing that at least once or twice a week. But, you know, it's not the same. And if Crystal comes here and with my kids here, my kids, we're trying to kind of plan her to come when my kids are in school. Because basically, I get them to school in the morning and then have to pick them up in the afternoon. But between drop off and pick up, it's just her and I. And so her and I can go off and do fun things without the kids. And as much as I love my kids, you know, I don't want to deal with them. I just want to have a nice time enjoying myself, is what I'm saying. With my friends that I haven't seen in a while. And I mean, an example is, we went shopping the other day, and it was just me and my 2 kids, and my daughter was mad about something, which then kept setting my son off because she was making him mad. And it got to the point where I'm just like, okay, I had a few other stores I wanted to go to, but I was like, nope, done. When we're done with this store, we're going home, because I couldn't. I was hitting a breaking point with them at that point, and I don't know if it's just lately they're getting antsy because school's getting closer to being out and summer vacation. I don't know what I can't really put my finger on it, but it's been driving me nuts. So that's my reasoning for that. Before somebody, well, if they're bringing their families, why can't you bring yours? I mean, part of it's finances, part of it is I want to enjoy my friends, and part of it is my husband's even saying, like, yes, his are trips for work. Like, he's taking quite a few trips for work, where it's just him for like a week or 2 weeks. Yeah, he has to go to class, but at night it's just all him, and he's got work buddies usually with him. Or the fact, like, I was up in North Dakota with our kids from May until August when we were finally able to get out of our lease, and he was able to come get us. And, you know, he was down here. Yes, he was working, but, you know, he could go to the gym. He could go out to eat. He could go do this with his parents. He could go do this with his brother. I mean, he kind of had free reign of doing what he wanted to do in those almost 4 months. So he's like, you know, I got those I get these periodic breaks from our kids. I got that big break from our kids, and he's like, you know what, go. Have fun. So that's kind of where we're at with that. And, you know, I know with staying or sharing a room with Crystal, not sure how much sleeping we'll get done. There probably will be some sleeping, but, you know, it'll be nice to be able to physically catch up with her. I mean, we talk regularly through, like, Facebook Messenger, and as I said, we've video chatted, but this video is probably rambling on longer than I wanted to, but I have a bunch of videos upcoming this week. Some of these are going to be pre-recorded, just due to there's some videos that, like, I can do one video and then quickly go on to the next video. There's some videos that I had planned for something for one day, but then something else came up. So, I mean, there's going to be some pre-recorded videos coming up. I'll tell you that right now. I am not going to do like some people who like pre-record like a month at a time. I like to insert like things that are going on in our life. Typically, it's going to be the pre-recorded videos would be like I recorded something last week, and because of other videos, it's going to go live this week type thing. But just kind of want to get some of those done. So I hope everybody has a good week, and I will see you all later. Jack, you say bye? Bye? Meow? Yeah, he's not going to say it, of course, when you don't want him to do it. See you all later.